Good evening, folks. David here with Destination Human. It is 9:27 p.m. on Monday, October the 24th, 2011. This comes from Intel Hub, and I have to give thanks to my friend Becky out there shooting this to me. It's actually dated for tomorrow, Tuesday, October the 25th. So she's up on getting this a little bit early. That was cool. But it does play into a lot of things that are going on right now, and I want to inform you a little further as we read into this. Bioweapon on civilian populace as doomsday event looms. If a catastrophic Earth-based event such as an asteroid impact or natural mega disaster were to occur in the future date, and world governments had advanced knowledge of such an event, would they warn the populace? You know, you and I both know that that's not going to happen. Too much anarchy would happen. So of course they're going to keep us. What do you think they've been doing to us for all this time? If the event were to be catastrophic to recover from, and the people in dense population centers were left to fend for themselves, would world governments perform an extermination of such regions in advance to avoid the total mayhem of a dynamic breakdown of society into ultimate civil unrest? Of course, showing the big asteroid hitting the Earth. On Wednesday, November 9th, 2011, a strange series of events are set to take place that you should be informed about. Many events pertaining to the subject have already happened, which in turn lead up to this date and have been covered periodically by the Intel Hub. Let's start with the basic breakdown for some of the events, and then we lead into the fact that the US government just ordered 44 million doses of anthrax vaccine at the cost of over $1 billion of taxpayer money. There are over 3 million people in America. Who would get the 44 million? Let's keep reading. The comet termed Elenin, which contains a possible military code referring to a possible future event. Extinction level event. Notable impact November. According to National Jet Propulsion Lab orbital charts and DARPA affiliated sources, in a physical object moving through our solar system now, which just apexed at the closest point to the Sun on September 11, 2011. This object, C 2010, was said to have been discovered last December by a Russian astronomer named Leonid Elenin. However, our sources indicate otherwise. I'm kind of differing with this because, as far as I can see, the man is real. He's done some interviews, some research papers, and other things, so I don't know if that statement is completely true or not. A very interesting part of the story is how Earth enters the debris trail of Elenin on November 9, 2011, the very same day of the FEMA FCC takeover drill. Now this is coming up on this date. The FCC and FEMA are going to be taking over all of our airwaves, all of our radio stations, television stations, blah 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 blah. That happens on that date. I didn't know if you're aware of it, but that does happen. Now, I've been talking about Elenin's debris path for quite some time, ever since I started hearing about it back in March, and doing the research on it. The way the data looked to me, it was a comet. No matter what was coming out, so it looked like it was a comet, acted like a comet, and because of its size, I knew that it also had the ability to fissure or break apart, and that was confirmed to me by someone else, and then scientifically. So I was always worried about that debris field, because once that thing breaks apart, of course you're talking about not just the outgassing from the comet itself, but you're talking about all the little chunks and things that are broken up. I mean, that's things impacting the Earth, a moon, whatever. So Let's read on. FEMA, the FCC, and Homeland Security plan to commandeer the airwaves next month. The Emergency Alert System EAS will be tested at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on November the 9th. EAS alerts are transmitted over radio and television broadcast stations, cable television, and other media services. Local and state EAS components are tested weekly and monthly. You know that because we see them come across the television screen at least once a week. But this will be the first national test of the system. It is significant that FEMA will conduct the mandatory test. FEMA was created by the executive Fiat EO 12148 as signed into law by a stroke of Jimmy Carter's pen on July 20th, 1979. FEMA is described as the federal agency designed to coordinate government response to natural disasters that overwhelm the resources of local and state authorities. That's a bunch of bull, and you know it. You guys are a farce. And in fact, the federal agency is established as a part of the martial law mechanism. There you go. We knew all that anyway. Now it appears that we are prepping the masses that the comet might be breaking apart and might melt due to the fact that that citizens and astronomers have never spotted the object that Leonid Elenin discovered with a typical 18-inch scope when it was 100 more times fainter. Okay, there again, there's a contradiction between the man and the object. So I don't know what these statements could be or could not be. So when it comes to Leonid, I'm not going to go there with that. In August, doomsday prophets speculated that the icy comet would wreak havoc on Earth. We all know that didn't happen. Though some things did happen. We'll read on. Now new images from the amateur Australian astronomer are showing a rapid dimming in the comet, leading to some astronomers to believe the comet may be falling apart. Michael, excuse me if I mispronounced your name, Mazmatizol, an amateur astronomer from Australia, captured 2 images of Elenin on August 19th and other on September 6th to show that the comet could be disintegrating. The video footage of Elenin shows the comet began losing cohesion later on August and early September. I'm not going to play that video footage, but I'm going to leave this link so that way you can go ahead and look at it for yourself. It did run real slow on my computer. So the comet reached its lowest point to the sun on September 10th. I had suspicions about this comet since discovering December 2010 it would not survive its perihelion. The comet's passage close to the sun, and of course those things sound like they're coming true. Why is Comet Elenin not saturating the mainstream media? Halley's Comet did the media in its close passing. So did Hale-Bopp, for that matter, though Hale-Bopp was dramatic, but also Halley's Comet was just a dim little comet, just happened to be discovered and knew that it would be coming around every time. The other fact that a massive continent killer asteroid named 2005 YU-55 will be passing by Earth on November 9th raises hairs on the back of your neck as well. After all, why would the Pentagon openly deploy 20,000 troops in the CONUS by 2011? Interesting. And then Obama starts pulling back troops. So, you tell me. What seems even more suspicious is the fact the White House was warned by NASA late last year that there was a possibility of threat of an outer space now facing the nation, and a deflection campaign would be needed to be implemented. The document was signed by Eric P. Holdren. Now NASA put out a video here not too long ago telling people to prepare for future events. There's a statement right there, so that things are going down right there. If they're out there telling people, this is what we're doing, and that they're bringing the astronauts home, and they're going to go ahead and let the station shut down. What does that tell you, folks? And a strange thing that is only a select few sources worldwide have seen the object, a few which we trace back to DARPA directly. It appears Elenin is some type of advanced warning system. used in conjunction with NASA's JPL for elites, upper echelon military, and people in the know to decipher upcoming Earth changes events prompted by another object classified as they enter our solar system. And hold on here for a second. Okay, this was a video that I did back in August. NASA JPL comment on an info being produced by gaming software company. Okay. But a couple days before I made this, I heard Richard Hoagland speaking in a conference call to Project Camelot, in which this is where the information he brought this up to them, and it's very strange. What we're looking at right here is JPL's NASA JPL's small body database on a portion of the browser below. I'll back the video up a little bit here. Here's the browser. Now on the lower section of it here is this, and it tells you all the different data sources and whatnot. But the one thing that's really strange about this, first, is the data source is orb, O-R-B, and the producer is Automatic. Now, remember, Richard was the one that investigated this. Okay, orb. You know, I didn't find too much on orb besides what I found in the American Heritage Dictionary, which are the typical things of talking about an orb. But the one that got me was at the very bottom of that. To shape into a circle or sphere, or in Archaic it means to encircle or enclose. Okay, move on. Here comes the strange part. Producer, Automatic. I couldn't figure out, what's this guy's name, what was going on, and Richard also, said something to point this out, and where it goes to is very strange. Automatic is the name of a character in a computer game. And I suggest that you go ahead and go to this website. I'll leave this a link, put a link to this video, and in the link, in the more detailed section, is the link to this website. But you need to read up on this. It's very strange, and I'll read this a little bit to you. The year is 1957. A fleet of flying saucers from Planet X have come to invade Earth. These saucers are under the control of the evil brain aliens who are abducting helpless human beings and taking them away to a strange alien worlds to become slaves of the giant brain. Luckily for the human race, there exist the Automatics, robots who police the galaxy in the name of all that is good and decent. So, very strange to see this, but that is the name that they have given to the producer for the information. Isn't that just crazy? Well, let's get back to the article. There have been many documented Earth changes that have been taking place near Elnin's alignment dates, when Elnin is the alignment with other objects, including the Japanese earthquakes and tsunami disaster of 2011. The JPL orbital diagram and data seems to be fictitious and reverse engineered in some type of advanced encrypted database for the upcoming event anticipated. I mean, that's a direct statement to what I just showed you. Elnin, according to some researchers, stands for Extinction Level Event Notable Impact November. Also encoded into the name is Elvin 9, or November 9th, and Leonid, a meteor shower that peaks in November. This also ties with the massive gearing up of underground bases worldwide as a rapid rate and mass graves for U.S. citizens, which were exposed worldwide on March 25th of 2009 in the Alex Jones Show by Shepard Ambeles of the Intel Hub. And this is very true because, as you know, in Georgia there is stacks and stacks and stacks of these plastic coffins that are waiting for us. On November 9, 2011, the Earth will be supposedly crossed the threshold of the debris tail of Elenin on the same plane. Assuming Elenin is a real object, that would be catastrophic. However, this is according to our sources and as well independent researchers and some of the military code, and Elenin is not a physical object. Elenin is not a real object. We might be expecting a major Earth change, a solar event caused by other space object. Possibly 205YU55 or a stage attack, who knows. But these puzzle pieces, I mean, these are pawn pieces as far as I'm concerned. There seems to be a chessboard laid out in front of us, and they're waiting for us. I'm expecting them to make the first move, and we're sitting in the black and they're white. So what can we do about this? Anyway, the other things that got me concerned, of course, are El Hierro. And the other thing is the Hoover Dam. And in my next video, I want to bring some things to light that I think, or I should say I know, that it'll make you think about these things too. They're very strange. But until the next video, folks, have a great evening. Love, light, and peace. Stay safe.